What is up, everybody? It is Zach from Premier Soccer Investing coming at you with another SlabStox FC YouTube video. My apologies for not having a video out last week. I did not have power in my house for over 3 days, and it coincided with the days when I was going to record. And I was having to deal with a whole bunch of stuff, and it left me unable to put out a podcast for that week. But hopefully this makes up for it. Gonna go over the big news of this past week in the hobby and in soccer, and then get into the first part of my Euro preview. Let's get into it. First, big news is Erling Haaland's card prices have seen a pretty substantial dip in value, most probably related to Dortmund being knocked out of the Champions League. People coming to the understanding that the only thing that's really going to be relevant for Haaland in the next couple months is transfer rumors and whether he leaves Dortmund or not, which is far from guaranteed, especially if they make Champions League, which will be covered a bit later on. And also due to how fast they rose, I think that contributed a little bit to the fall of his prices too. As you can see, Topps Chrome Sapphire PSA 10, 42% drop from basically mid-April through the start of May, so about 3.5 weeks or so. Went from a high of $4,050 to now around $2,300, $2,350. His Topps Chrome Bundesliga PSA 10 went from $3,300 to $2,550. Basically, across the board, you're seeing anywhere between like a 20 and 45% drop in hauling card prices. And I don't anticipate that picking back up again, really, unless he has a confirmed transfer or until the new season starts. So if you believe in Haaland and his long-term ability and his ability to shine and win in the Champions League, now might not be in the next few months, might not be the worst time to start picking up some Haaland. But yeah, next, the biggest news of this week, the Champions League final has been set. Man City versus Chelsea. Man City took control of PSG in a second leg where PSG lost composure. Foden, again, magnificent. And that's been reflected in his card prices. And then Chelsea in the second leg, Werner scored a goal. It was a tap-in, but still big news. Timo Werner scoring a goal. And Christian Pulisic had a fantastic assist to the on-fire Mason Mount. And so we're going to have an all-English final. And we're also going to have guaranteed the first time ever an American will win the Champions League, either Zach Steffen with Man City or Pulisic with Chelsea. And presumably we will have it's either the first or second American male to ever play in a Champions League final in Pulisic. So yeah, great news for American investors, great news for Chelsea investors with you have Mount, Pulisic, Werner, Havertz is looking like he's rounding into form. And then in City's hand, you have De Bruyne, who's been absolutely amazing and is really pushing himself into the Ballon d'Or conversation due to the fact that City will likely win the league. He has a chance to win the Champions League. He's already won the Carabao Cup, and he's primed for a great summer with Belgium. And Foden, magnificent as he has been all throughout this season. Yeah, this should be a fantastic game. Chelsea and City have played each other twice since Tuchel took over. Tuchel and Chelsea have won both times. First in the FA Cup, they knocked out City in the semifinal. And today, Saturday, May 8th, Chelsea beat City to spoil them from winning the Premier League for 1 week longer. 1-0, or no, not 1-0, but Chelsea won. Late goal, Marcus Alonso in the 92nd minute. Will Tuchel get the better of Guardiola for a third time, or will Guardiola triumph and win his first Champions League since, I believe, 2014 or no, yeah, since his time at Barcelona? We will see. I personally am going to go with City. I think they're just a better side. They have a better backline with the magnificent Ruben Diaz and John Stones, and then Ederson in goal. And just the quality and firepower from De Bruyne and Foden will be enough to carry the load offensively. So even though Chelsea's playing great, I have to go with City in the final. Though I could be wrong. I was wrong about PSG winning it. So we will see. I'm very excited. I think it'll be a fantastic game, though. Fantastic showcase for the hobby. One thing, though, if you bought Foden and Pulisic to flip in regards with the Champions League, I would sell right before the final starts, like the day before, because one of them will see a big dip depending on who wins and who loses. And we've seen in the past that winning titles, winning championships causes a dip in prices too, as it's baked in. It's better to buy the rumor, in this case, the rumor being, will they win the Champions League? Or it's better to sell the rumor, again, the rumor of them being in the Champions League, than sell the news of whether they did or did not win it. So if you're buying these guys to flip, I would sell right before. That would be my strategy. Other interesting news in the hobby this week. This is some sadder news. Ansu Fati has had to go yet another surgery, this time scraping out all, if not most, of the meniscus in his knee. And his prices, justifiably so, have continued to drop. It is really tough to justify a high price for a player who's dealing with such a significant knee injury. And it sucks to see, because you want to see him be able to play and reach his full potential. But he scares me, and it's just like a warning to investing in these like rookies and modern players. Injuries can strike anyone, and then you see these huge drops in value from a $900 value down to a $600 value and dropping rapidly. I don't own any Fati cards, but if I had Fati, unless I was in it for super cheap, I would sell off. I don't know if he's ever going to hit his high prices again. I don't know if he will ever be the same player again. But if you're in it for super, super cheap, it might be worth taking a flyer and just seeing if you can get some of the hype back and stuff. But yeah. Next, I wanted to give a little bit of a title race / Champions League race update. City will win the Premier League. It will happen. Chelsea have almost all but solidified their place in the top four with their win against City today. And it's looking like Leicester will join them in the Champions League next year. And then Serie A, Inter Milan breaks Juventus' dominance in that league, winning the title. Antonio Conte's men, Romelu Lukaku, the leader in that. And then Juventus is in a struggle for a Champions League spot next year. Level on points with AC Milan. The only thing keeping them ahead right now is goal differential. We will see if they make it or not, but if they don't, supposedly a massive sell-off could be in store for that club. And then in the Bundesliga, Bayern Munich, yet another Bundesliga title win, clinched today. And then Dortmund is looking a lot better in regards to qualifying for the Champions League next year than they did a few weeks ago, behind Jadon Sancho's goals today against Leipzig. 2 points clear now, though granted they have played one more game than Frankfurt, so if Frankfurt wins, they will jump them back into fourth. If Dortmund holds on to fourth, their odds of keeping Haaland for one more year go up dramatically. So this is really one to watch, and whether Dortmund can qualify or not. And if they make fourth, their odds of keeping Sancho to go up, which again is one to watch in regards to transfer rumors and stuff like that. Then the two leagues with real title races left. You have a two-horse race now in the Uber Eats League One league with PSG and Lille. Surprise Lille at the top. Lille's 4 points up on PSG with a game in hand. This title is completely in Lille's hands at this point. If they win their last 2 games, they will be champions. PSG has to win their last 3 to put the pressure on them, but it's all in Lille's hands at this point, which would be a dramatic upset considering the difference in spending and size that these 2 clubs have. And then in La Liga, the most exciting title race of the year, it's still a 3-horse race. Barcelona tied Atletico today, 0-0 draw, which meant Atletico held serve at the top, but it opens the door up for Real Madrid to move level on points with Atletico with a win tomorrow, which would be absolutely massive for them in their quest to take back the La Liga title. Yeah, right now, Atletico, it's still in their hands. Obviously, if they win out, they'll win the league, but Madrid and Barca are charging fast on their heels. Now, I want to get into my Euro breakdown. This will be a multi-part series. I'm going to go through a couple of groups in each and highlight some players and what I think will happen in the group stages. So, Group A, we have Italy, Switzerland, Turkey, and Wales. The 2 main teams to watch out for in this group are Italy and Turkey. Turkey's been playing some fantastic football. They've beaten some big teams in World Cup qualifying, and they're looking like they could be very dangerous this summer. Wales is definitely not a team to count out, though. Gareth Bale, Aaron Ramsey, they have quality. And then Italy, of course, is looking to regain their place at the top of the sport behind the likes of Federico Chiesa. This is a tough group for them, but a manageable one. Now, I want to provide you some data on Chiesa, courtesy of SlabStox Pro, the free data tool from SlabStox that will be coming out shortly. This is going to change the game, this tool. You have pricing data, sales data. You can compare slabs. There's so much going on with it, so much great stuff. For a full breakdown, head over to the SlabStox YouTube channel or SlabStox Instagram, where Aaron breaks it all down and what you can expect from it. And the best part is, besides how awesome the graphics look, it is all completely free. Let's get into it. So we have Federico Chiesa's 2018 Optic Rookie, the Aqua Parallel that is numbered out of 149. This is in its raw form. And this has seen pretty significant value gain over the last 3 months. As you can see, 200% growth. It went from around $40 to $123, so an $83 gain. And the sales volume of it has ticked up a lot too, as you can see here. Only 1 and then 3 over the last few months. And yeah, why this card has risen is Chiesa's put in some magnificent performances for Juve, and people are looking towards him to lead Italy this summer in the Euros. And if they're high on Italy, that means Chiesa will probably have to have a big summer. So there could be potential here for this card to see even more growth if Chiesa and Italy win their group, for instance, which is very, very possible. Next group I want to highlight. This is more of a straightforward group. Belgium is the clear favorite in here. Russia can be dangerous from time to time. Finland doesn't have much. Teemu Pukki, that's about it. And then Denmark, led by Christian Eriksen, also isn't the best of sides. And as we all know, Belgium is stacked. De Bruyne, Lukaku, Witsel, Fellaini, the list goes on and on. Some great players play for Eden Hazard, Thorgan Hazard. Some great players play for the Belgium national team. That's why they've been ranked at or near the top of the FIFA rankings over the last few years. I see no reason why their dominance won't continue this summer. I fully expect them to win the group, which could be very good to a player like Eden Hazard, who has had a very, very rocky year over at Real Madrid, and that has continued with photos of him laughing with Chelsea players after his team was eliminated in the Champions League. However, after being injured for most of the year, Hazard is looking close to being back to fully fit, and he generally has always put in his best performances in a Belgium shirt. And if he is fit, I think he will be able to again this year. Though full disclosure, I do have Hazard cards, but he is a player of immense quality, as we all know. But it hasn't really come through during his time in the Spanish capital. But he's comfortable. He's happy playing for Belgium. They have a real chance to make a deep run this summer. Even though Hazard's hasn't had the best year, his base PSA 10 still risen in value over the last 6 months from a little more than $30 to $128, but that's still not near the all-time high that was hit back in August for a couple hundred more dollars. But this rise, I really think, can be attributed to people getting excited about him making his return for Madrid. As you can see, the big price spike in May when it was announced that he was coming back, and people stocking up on Hazard for this summer as someone who's a very much a buy low, sell high target. And if he puts in the performances that he's capable of this summer, this card will see some intense growth. So Hazard's one to look out for. And then the main man, possible Ballon d'Or winner, depending on how he does in the Champions League final, whether City wins, and then how him and Belgium do this summer, Kevin De Bruyne is actually, you have his 2017 Topps Chrome Refractor PSA 9. It's actually down a bit in value over the last 3 months. The last sales have done $278. De Bruyne, as we all know, fantastic player, arguably the best midfielder in the world, and even right now, the best player in the world. And he has shown it over and over and over again. Every team he's on plays through him. He controls the game like almost no one else. His passing, his range of vision, his fantastic right foot. If Belgium go far this summer, and a lot of people think they will, he will be a big reason why. Another cool thing about SlabStox Pro that you really don't see anywhere else, the slab comparison. And this tool is pretty freaking awesome in my opinion. So here we're comparing the Topps Chrome Refractor PSA 9, the 2016 Prism Silver PSA 9. The Topps Chrome Refractor is in orange and the silver is in green. And as you can see, the silver Prism has always carried more value than the Topps Chrome. And that can be attributed to the 2016 Prism being the earlier card and Prism being a bit of a bigger brand than Topps Chrome. But you have the $400 Prism PSA 9 and the $278 Refractor PSA 9. But the Refractor PSA 9 is on a little bit of a downswing, even though these cards have mirrored themselves in the past. And the Prism Silver PSA 9 is a bit on the upswing. So that could mean some opportunity lies in the Topps Chrome Refractor. I don't know. But what I do know is that if De Bruyne wins the Champions League and that if Belgium goes far this summer, both of these cards will rise in value. So if you believe in that, these could be good cards to target in preparing for this summer and preparing for a Belgium run in the Euros. Last group I want to talk about in today's episode is Group C. Then I will hit Group D, E, and F next week. This group, we have Austria, the Netherlands, North Macedonia, and Ukraine. Sneaky one to watch out for here is North Macedonia. They beat Germany earlier in World Cup qualifying. They're a very tough team to break down. Their togetherness is great. And who knows, they could do some damage. But for investing purposes, really the one to look out for is the Netherlands with players like Depay, the main man, De Ligt, that center back, Van Dijk. Van Dijk's not fit. What am I saying? Bergwijn. But yeah, for the Netherlands, I want to look at Matthijs De Ligt cards. Over the last 3 months, this card has seen a pretty steep drop in value, 24%. And this can be attributed to Juventus bowing out of the Champions League. However, this does mean there's some opportunity for growth with him, because if he helps lead the Netherlands backline and they make it out of their group, which they most likely will, and make a run into the knockout stages, this card will probably rise in value. It's dipped from like $70-ish down to $54, $17 decline. So again, 24% decline. The sales volume, there's not many of these, as you can see by the relatively low sales volume. So when there's not many of something, that could cause the card to rise even faster than one where there's a ton of volume on, because one big performance, like say he scores a goal as the Netherlands keep a shutout in a knockout game in the Euros, that could lead to a big rise in his prices. So a bit riskier as he's a center back, but he's a good player to target if you believe in the Netherlands, because as we've seen in the past, he does have a market for his cards, and his cards have hit higher values than before. So he could be a player to buy and make 30, 40% growth on, which again, nothing to sneeze at. Next week, the big ones to look out for, most of the heavy hitters in the Euros, I will be covering in next week's part 2 of the Euro preview. I'll be covering England, Germany, Spain, and France, and Portugal. It's going to be a great episode. We're going to have more fantastic sales data and charts from SlabStox Pro that all of you guys will be able to access in the near future. Yeah, stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. DM me if you have any questions, anything you want to talk about, footy cards related, all of that. Thanks for watching, and peace.